Hey guys, welcome to the new video. Here's the Q&A video. I was so happy to get your questions. There were so many good ones. It was really hard to choose. So I picked the ones I found most interesting and the ones I think will be most useful for you. Here we go. All right. The first question, how do you manage to keep all your languages in separate rooms in your head? Sometimes in my case, if I don't practice enough through time, they tend to merge between them. Very interesting question, and I saw that it got a lot of like. We always think the more languages we learn, the more we mix them up, and honestly, that can be cute sometimes. It's kind of flexing. But if you want to separate them, the key is to train deliberately. I used to do one exercise, and I still do it. I would only think in Turkish, for example, for 15 minutes, then switch to Arabic, then Chinese, then French. It was very, very hard at the beginning, but the more I practiced it, the easier it became. You are training your mind to hold different frames and move between them on purpose. The point is not to eliminate mixing. The point is to train deliberate, controlled. Try it, guys. It's so fun. The mind is just so powerful. I truly believe we can train anything intentionally if we decide to. You just have to make it a practice. All right, next question. How do you stay consistent after the first wave of motivation starts to fade? I don't trust motivation, and I want to be honest about that. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings are not reliable infrastructure. They are high at the beginning when everything is exciting, and they disappear exactly when you need them most. The difficult weeks, the busy months, the sessions that feel like nothing is working. If your practice is held together by motivation, it will only survive as long as the feeling does. That is not a practice, that is a mood. What I do instead, when I genuinely want to learn something, not just language, not just explore it, but actually build a real level, I take some time at the beginning to design the structure. What is a realistic goal with my current time and energy? What is the roadmap? What does the weekly and daily practice actually look like? Then I test it, adjust it. I trust habit and routine. They carry me even when I don't have motivation. I just do the action automatically. I spend some time designing at the beginning, and then the rest I just need to do it. And now we have all the amazing AI tools, Claude, ChatGPT. So it is not hard to have a roadmap and decide your routine. There's no reason to keep relying on motivation when you can build something that runs on its own. Okay, next question. How do you learn a new language while maintaining, advancing in all your other ones? This is such a practical question, and I love it because I actually have a system for this. The answer starts with one word: hierarchy. Not all languages are equal at a given point in your life. Some are urgent, some are important, but not right now. So you just want to protect while life is busy. You have to be honest about which is which and decide accordingly. For me, right now, Arabic is the urgent one. 2 speaking sessions per week and daily review, non-negotiable. Even during my most demanding weeks, this stays. Italian is in improvement mode, important but not the priority. So my bare minimum practice, podcast listening and basic review, it keeps the level alive without demanding everything from me. And then there are languages that get temporarily paused when life gets genuinely heavy, like now, my thesis deadline, a product launch, a move, and sometimes something has to drop temporarily, and that is okay. But here's the part I think almost nobody talks about. You need to design the return before you pause. When I pause a language, I don't just stop. I build what I call a restart protocol, a vocabulary deck from the last month's sessions with clear notes, and a few activation exercises designed to bring the level back quickly. After a month away, this gets me back to where I was within days, not weeks. I built this feature in my first language learning program, the Language Mind, because I genuinely think it is one of the most important and most ignored parts of language learning. We almost never talk about interruption as normal. We treat it as failure, but interruption is completely normal. What matters is that you know how to restart. If you are at A2, B1 or above, you will not forget a language from a temporary break. You will just need to reactivate it. Decide a reactivation before you leave. That is the whole strategy. Alright, next question. In your opinion, what are the most common mistakes people make when learning a language, and how can we correct them? I love this question. The most common mistake is not the method problem, it is a mind problem. Most of us, because of school, because of how we were taught, approach language learning as a straight line. You start, you study hard, you progress, you arrive at fluency. And if anything interrupts that line, if you struggle, plateau, collapse, forget, the automatic conclusion is something is wrong with me. I'm not good at it. I'm not gonna make it. I know that feeling. I have lived it many times. But that model is wrong, and it causes a lot of damage. Because here's what actually happens. You will struggle. You will have sessions where you cannot remember a word you studied yesterday. You will collapse, miss weeks, lose momentum, come back feeling like a stranger to your own progress. You will hit a plateau and see no movement for a while. You will even doubt yourself and wonder, why are you even doing this? This is completely normal, and most people treat all of that as proof they are failing. What if we treated it differently from the very beginning? Because from a neuroscience perspective, when something feels hard, when a word will not come back, when you feel like you are going backwards, that is actually a new neural pathway forming. When you take a break and come back, your memory has been consolidating in the silence. The brain does not stop working just because you stopped studying. And if you can push through those moments, not with extra effort, but with the understanding that this is a part of the process, with that right mindset, something bigger happens. Not just for your language, for how you learn anything. So I just want to say struggle and collapse are not the opposite of learning, they are learning. I truly believe that successful learning starts here, in how you understand the process, not in finding the right method or the right app. The right mindset comes first. Alright, next question. As someone who speaks many languages at a very high level, do you value knowing a few languages in lot of depth, C1 plus, or more languages in less depth? I heard this question quite often. I value both. It depends entirely on your intention. If you want to master a language, to inhabit it fully, to think in it, to feel at home in its culture, depth is the path. Mastery is its own kind of beauty. But if you are learning out of pure curiosity, even at a basic level, love it. You just want to feel the sound, understand the structure, hold it alongside the other languages you know, connect to people by saying some basic sentences. That is also real and beautiful learning. You gain something different, a horizontal comparative perspective that changes how you see language itself. The trap, and this is what I want you to hear, is thinking that certificates and proficiency levels are the only valid goal. No. If you need them for study or work, absolutely pursue them. But if you reduce language learning to just that, you miss the most beautiful part of it. The question is not how many or how deep. The question is, what does language learning mean to you? You define it, not me, not other persons. Answer that honestly, build around that question. Okay, next question. Let's change a bit the topic. Why did you choose sociology? When I was in China, I came across some sociology books and became completely obsessed with them because they made me question the society and the world I was living in. I chose it out of pure intellectual interest. And now I realize it has been one of the most beautiful journeys of my life. Sociology built my structured, analytical, and critical mind, if you can tell. It made me a better observer of the places I live in, the things I'm doing, the patterns around me. It made me aware of so many things I would have otherwise missed. They are not just skills, they are abilities that help me in every aspect of my life. I might not stay in academics forever, but I now see how everything I learned from sociology is nurturing what I'm building today. Alright, next question. Oh, actually it's the last question. 2 questions. What is your hobby? Why you are so focused at learning? Something casual finally. And I love reading, mostly nonfiction. I love food and cooking, and I especially love creating fusion dishes, mixing Thai cuisine with Chinese and French or African Arabic cuisine, I don't know, or just whatever combinations feel interesting. And I love sports, calisthenics, yoga, weightlifting, and I love arts in different forms, painting, classic music. These things are the inspiration of life for me. I think what connects all of them is the same thing that connects language learning, discovery, curiosity, and every hobby is another way of opening a new door. Okay, next question. Why I'm so focused on learning in general, that is just how I feel alive. It is so fun to discover new things. It's like opening a new box, walking through a new door with a whole new world waiting for you on the other side. I feel connected when I'm learning. I mean, to the knowledge itself, to other people's thoughts, and also to myself, to my own reflections. I do believe everything we learn makes us who we are. Theoretically, it is building neurons. I'm so obsessed with neuroscience recently. But it is also adding layers to our identity. The feeling is like expanding yourself, your circle, your perspective. You become more than you were. That is a good feeling, and I'm really addicted to that. All right, those were your questions, and honestly, I loved every one of them. I love this format of video, I'm having fun. Feel free to ask me more in the comment section. If any of what I described today resonated with you, my language learning program, The Language Mind, is built around exactly these ideas. I think you guys can sense my philosophy of language learning or of learning in general. The Language Mind launches on May 11th, and the founding member waitlist is now open. The link is in the description. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a like. I will see you in the next video. Bye!